Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 profitable niches that you can look for products in if you're trying to start your business of selling on Amazon FBA. These are all niches that I find interesting, and I do think that there are lots of potentially great products that you can find within these niches if you look and you are careful about how you do your product research. So I'm going to go ahead and give them to you. Y'all ask for them all the time, so here I am to give the people what they want. If you do enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you could give the video a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to the channel where I drop new videos every single week. And with that, we're gonna just jump right in. So let's go. So number 1 on our list, and this is in no particular order, I just have to start somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and start with interactive pet toys. Now, I am someone who does not have any pets. I have not had any pets in a very long time, and the ones that I have had have been fish, things that are not very substantial. People have dogs and birds and chipmunks and all these varieties of pets. And they're always looking for ways that they can entertain their animals. People treat and see their pets as family, and so they want to, of course, do everything they can to keep them happy and comfortable. And I have seen lots of very interesting pet toys that I never would have thought of myself. But I think what is important when you're selling on Amazon is always thinking about the audience and the customer of who is going to buy your product. And I have mentioned this before in other videos, but I just want to say again here that the consumer and the customer of the product are not always the same person, right? The customer is the pet owner. So the person who owns the dog or the cat or the gerbil or whatever. Now, the consumer who's going to actually use this toy is the pet themselves. So you have to be very careful when you're looking for ways to differentiate the product, because when you're differentiating, you want to more so cater to the consumer of the product, because that will then make the customer happy. So let's use an example. Let's call it a bone or plushie bone for a dog, just like a little stuffed animal that looks like a bone for a dog. If you differentiate the product by adding some type of a sound effect, maybe it squeaks, maybe it has a string on it that will keep them more entertained or whatever, you're doing that for the consumer, who is the dog that will be playing with this toy. But the customer is going to actually see that differentiator in the listing, and they're going to recognize that that will make their dog happy. So in a sense, you are catering to them both, but I do think that you want to always keep in mind that you want to always know who is actually going to be making the purchase, and think about the things that will be important to them, because they're the ones who are actually spending the money. The dog can't buy the toy for themselves, so it's very important that you are looking at those things. So again, number 1, we've got interactive pet toys as the first niche that I'm going to give to you guys today. Number 2 on our list, we have travel accessories. Now, this is a very, very broad niche. There are so many different things that go under this niche. We've got things like luggage, we've got things like cosmetic bags, we've got things like luggage covers, we have passport covers, we have earplugs. I mean, there are so many different types of products that would fall under travel accessories. But I do think that as we continue to modernize and as we continue to invent things, and more and more people are able to travel, especially after the big thing that happened a couple years ago. We're all excited to be able to get out of the house and move around. And, people who travel often put a lot of value on the ease of traveling and things that can make their lives easier as they're going from place to place. I'm someone that travels a lot, and because with Amazon, I can work from anywhere. I spend my time in other countries. Sometimes I'm in Europe, sometimes I'm in South America, sometimes I'm traveling domestically in the US. But either way, if I can find a couple of good items that make it easier for me to get from point A to point B, I definitely will continue to buy the product. And also there will be a lot of word of mouth promotion as well, especially when it comes to a niche like travel accessories. So for example, I'm thinking about some of the storage bags or travel bags that I use so that I can kind of compartmentalize the different things that I'm bringing. Maybe I put all of my belts in one little package, or I put all of my jewelry in another compartment, and all of that makes it easier for me to stay organized. I'm not saying that that is the product that you should sell, but what I am saying is that think about the things that will make it more convenient for a frequent traveler. Or on the flip side of that, you can look at it as people who don't travel very much at all. So if you are a first-time traveler, what things would you find valuable? You know, it's all about who your customer is going to be. Is it the person that travels every week for work? Is it the person that takes one family vacation a year? Who is it that you are trying to sell to? And that'll kind of help you think through how to create a product offering that they will really appreciate. And when you think about bringing value to your customer, that is what's going to make it easier for you to stand out and easy for you to make money on Amazon. Think about what they would want, what would make them happy, and what would make their life easier. Next up on the list, we have personal safety items. So I was scrolling on TikTok, as I do, and I came across this video of, it was actually very scary. It was someone trying to break into a woman's hotel room while she was still in there. And they have some kind of a tool that can be used to, I guess, pick a lock, not to scare anyone, but you know, there are weird people out here. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is that that video kind of talked about this product that you can use to block your door, or that you can use to make sure that you are more secure and safe in your hotel room or your Airbnb or wherever it is that you're staying. And I didn't put this on the list just because of that TikTok video, but also, you know, kind of thinking through the safety issues that a lot of women face. I'm not saying men don't, but when you're kind of thinking through what a woman goes through and the fears that we may have as we are getting gas late at night, or walking alone in a parking garage, or whatever that might entail, it definitely can spring up some ideas of how those issues can be addressed. Are there, you know, portable safety items that you can provide? Are there little accessories that might make someone feel safer as they're walking on a trail by themselves, or whatever it is? Again, I feel like this is a little bit true crimey, and I don't mean for it to be, but you know, there's definitely an increasing demand for these safety items that can, you know, ensure that people feel like they are able to live their lives without fearing constantly of things happening to them. So that's something that I would definitely explore a little bit. I'm not quite sure what the product offerings are at this moment. Just one quick thing, and I'm saying this because it just popped in my head, so it might have popped in your heads as well. I'm thinking of pepper spray for some reason. When I think of like safety items, that's one of the things that comes to mind. Anything that is going to be able to actually harm another person most likely will be gated or restricted on Amazon. So you want to keep that in mind as well. I'm not going to look it up right now, but I am almost positive, and maybe I'll leave a comment if I look it up and y'all can see, but I would think that pepper spray would be something that would be gated or restricted on Amazon, because technically could be seen as a even though it's for defending yourself if used correctly. So yeah, if you're thinking about anything that could potentially harm another person or could be seen as you have to be, am I allowed to say I'm gonna have that edited into something else, and I'm gonna maybe write it on the screen. But either way, y'all get the point. So that's that. Number 4 on this list is DIY and craft items. Again, being on social media, I scroll every single day and I see all types of very creative people who are able to make things that I would have never even thought of making myself. People who are able to make their own buttons, people who make their own accessories, people who can make all types of things. And when it comes to crafting and DIY, there's so many different avenues you can go down, right? You can go down DIY home improvement. You can go down DIY office supplies or office decor. You can go down DIY gifting, all types of things. So that is one way that you can go. And then when you think about crafting, you can also think of things like sewing, knitting, crocheting. There are whole groups of people who are very into these hobbies and these pastimes that, you know, you might not think about very often, but there are people who genuinely use and need those products that would fall into those niches. So I think that's very easy to go down a rabbit hole when it comes to DIY DIY, literally go on Amazon.com, start typing DIY and see what comes after. See what different types of products are suggested by Amazon and do your product research from there. I'm sure that you'll be able to find something promising. Same with crafting. You can go down arts and crafts as a category, or you can just start typing in craft and see what pops up. You never know. And last but not least on our list, number 5 is sustainable products. Again, this is a little bit more of an umbrella term. It can be sustainable in the sense that it is reusable, something like a silicone substitute for something that already exists. For example, if there's a product like a crock pot liner, instead of the crock pot liner being aluminum foil or craft paper or whatever, maybe instead of that, it is made out of silicone. So now this is something sustainable. It can be washed and used again and again. Silicone items, I think you can go down a whole rabbit hole. It can be in the bathroom, in the bedroom, it can be in the kitchen, it can be for the car. There are lots of products that are now starting to be made out of silicone so that they can be washed and reused without having to purchase again and again and again. So I would definitely kind of look there. When I think of reusable items, I think of things like reusable straws or reusable, I don't know, napkins. I think of kitchen when I think reusable, because we're so wasteful in the kitchen and we use a lot of paper products to clean and all of that. So there could be other items that you can kind of go down the rabbit hole and look at, but I would definitely say anything that is sustainable. And also, for a while there was a big trend with bamboo products, so bamboo toothbrushes, bamboo straws, bamboo utensils, bamboo plates, bamboo everything. And I think that that has died down a little bit in popularity. I know that it became a little bit saturated a few years ago, but I would be interested to see if there are products that could be potentially made out of bamboo instead of made out of plastic or paper, though technically maybe bamboo is a type of compressed paper. I don't know if it's real bamboo or whatever, but either way, I would go ahead and type in bamboo into Amazon as well and see what comes up after that. And as always, you want to use Helium-10 to look up the numbers. I have a discount code for Helium-10 down in the description box. Make sure that you click on that so you can get a discount. But either way, Helium-10 will give you the context and the data that you need to determine if you want to move forward with these products that you are finding in these niches. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen all 5 of them so you can write them down if you need them, and we'll go ahead and close it out. All right, so here are the 5 niches that I mentioned in this video. I'm going to look on my phone because I can't remember them off the top of my head, but number 1, we've got interactive pet toys. Number 2, travel accessories. Number 3, personal safety items. Number 4, DIY and crafting. And number 5, sustainable products, things made out of silicone and things that are reusable. You can also look at bamboo products. So those are the niches that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you can use some of these ideas as a starting point as you start doing your own product research. And let me know what you guys find in the comments. I'd love to know if you have found any interesting products looking through these niches. With that, we'll go ahead and end the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.